The two candidates battling for New York's 22nd Congressional District, incumbent Brandon Williams and John Mannion, have poured $18 million into the campaign. The two have clashed on their public safety records, each arguing that they are the best candidate to keep you safe. While one of the most contentious issues for the two has been abortion, Mannion says he's the candidate that can be counted on to support women's rights, while Williams says he's pro-life, but with his faith, he would allow exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the mother. Another wrinkle in this race, Federal Election Commission's data shows Brandon Williams' father made multiple donations to Kamala Harris' campaign this year. Jay McDonald, known as Don, made his personal wealth in real estate. This year, Don Williams made 6 contributions to Harris, totaling nearly $20,000. Central New York took center stage over the weekend after Speaker of the House Mike Johnson's comments on the CHIPS Act. The act brought major federal funding to our region through Micron Project. Following Donald Trump's critical moments of the act on the Joe Rogan podcast, Speaker Johnson was asked if the GOP would repeal it. Johnson said he would, while Congressman Brandon Williams disagreed, highlighting the high-paying jobs it will bring to the district. Democratic vice presidential nominee Tim Walz hit back on Johnson's comments, saying a repeal would defund 115,000 jobs.
Now, this thing is not only important for jobs, it's critical that we win the competition of the 21st century from countries like China. That's what those investments do.
Johnson later said he misheard the question, saying he fully supports Micron coming to Central New York. Before you head to the polls, it's important to know your rights. Polls are open tomorrow from 6 in the morning to 9 at night in New York. If you're in line before 9, you have a right to vote. Do not leave the line. And state employees are eligible for 2 hours of paid time off to vote. You can ask your employer if they offer the same benefit. Sad day for social media star Peanut the Squirrel, as a furry friend has been euthanized. The internet sensation was seized by the New York Department of Environmental Conservation. Mark Longo, the owner of the Peanut, was distraught to find the sounds.
Peanut away from my family is not only, heart-wrenching, but then you take it away from the organization that solely gets its funding from social media that requires Peanut to get that funding. And without that, I really don't know how I'm going to be able to continue to get donations outside of that.
The DEC received the complaints about wildlife being kept illegally in Pine City, located in South New York. Longo said the DEC showed up to his house with a search warrant where Peanut the squirrel bit an official during the investigation. The decision to have Peanut euthanized was made shortly after that. Earlier today, the Supreme Court agreed to review a congressional map in Louisiana that favors Democrats. Though this case does not have any effects on this year's election, this review could have major implications for other states and how lawmakers consider the race of voters under the Constitution. The map has been watched by multiple civil rights groups and election experts due to the national impact it could have. With Halloween over, it's time for the holiday season. Well, at least according to Syracuse Mayor Ben Walsh. He just announced details for his annual year tree lighting celebration. The city's 42-foot-tall tree will be built and lit for the first time on Friday, November 29th, the day after Thanksgiving. Festivities begin at 6 p.m. and include a visit from Santa. Plus, children are welcome to bring letters to Mr. Claus for the first time. Coming up on NCC News, we'll have the temperature finally caught up to the calendar.